Hey y'all, and welcome back to our kitchen. In tonight's recipe, we're wanting Thanksgiving, but it's too early. Do you have one of these in your pantry? Come on, and I'm going to show you what you can do with it to make it feel time for Thanksgiving. So we're going to cheat, and we're going to do chicken and dressing casserole. And we're going to be using a box mix. I love making the regular dressing, but it's a whole lot of work. So tonight we're going to do us a temporary Thanksgiving dinner using one of these. So come on and let's get started. Okay, now we're going to go over the ingredients it's going to take for the casserole. You're going to need 1 box of the chicken stuffing mix, stovetop, a can of chicken broth. You may not use it all, but you'll have it if you want it. 1 stick of butter, 2 cans of cream of chicken, 1 medium onion, some total seasoning, or you could use any seasoning that you like of your choice, salt and pepper, a 1/2 cup of milk, some spray to spray your casserole dish with, and you're going to need 1.5 to 2 pounds of chicken. We have chicken breast, so that's what I'm going to use, and we're going to go ahead now and get our chicken breast started, and we're going to boil it on the stove until it gets good and done. And then we're going to shred our chicken up for the casserole. So we're going to go ahead now and get that started. Okay, I've got my pot just filled up enough to cover my chicken breast. Into my pot, I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. And we're going to take our chicken breasts and just place them in the pot and get them to start to boil good and let them get done. Now, if you had a rotisserie chicken, you could also use a rotisserie chicken for this recipe, and you wouldn't have to do this step. We're just going to place our chicken breast in there, and I'm not removing that little bit of fat on it. I'm going to leave that in there for flavor. We're going to go ahead now and spray our casserole dish. Just a light coat, and we'll set this to the side till we get ready for it. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and mix this up. We're going to go ahead and start mixing our cream of chicken up and getting it ready for the chicken. Make sure you get it all out of there. And we're using 2 of them today. And you could make your own cream of chicken if you didn't want to buy the cans. I've got a recipe where I show y'all how to make that. Go ahead now and put our onions in our cream of chicken. And that's 1 medium-sized purple onion. Or 1/2 cup of whole milk, or whatever kind of milk you choose to use. And then to that we're going to add, I am going to go ahead and add about a teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'm not measuring it, I'm just going to eyeball it. But that right there is about a teaspoon. And I'm going to add just a little bit of extra sage. Not much, just a tiny bit. Not even a teaspoon, about a half of a teaspoon. And then we're going to add a little salt. About a teaspoon of black pepper, or depending on how much your family likes, just basic on that. Whatever, how much you would want. You could just eyeball it till you get about what you want. And I'm going to use our total seasoning. And I'm going to use about a teaspoon of it. Okay, and now we're just going to get all this mixed up good. And this is going to go in our chicken and over our chicken once we get our chicken shredded. There's two ways you can do it. You can layer your chicken out and put this over just the top of your chicken, and it'll go down in there as it cooks. Or you can just go ahead and add your chicken to this bowl and mix it all up at one time. And then pour it in your casserole dish. But we got all that good and mixed. Okay, now we're going to set this to the side. Okay, now we're going to mix our topping up. We're going to go ahead and open up our box stuffing mix, and most everybody has some of this in their pantry, one or two at least. So this is a good way to use this up. And this is sort of like I said, a fall dish when you're not quite ready for Thanksgiving, but you're wanting some chicken and dressing. Okay, we're going to add that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add our 1 stick of melted butter. And we're going to measure out our 1 cup of chicken broth. And if it's drier than you want it, just go ahead and add a little bit more of the chicken broth. And now we're going to give that a good mix. And let that start soaking up the broth and the butter. Oh, it smells good already, and we hadn't even started cooking it yet. And it don't take it long. It'll just start soaking up all that butter and the chicken broth. And I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more to mine because I don't want it dry. Probably another half a cup. Okay, now we're just going to set this to the side while we get our casserole ready. And preheat our oven to 350. Okay, we've got our chicken done and we've got it all diced up. So now I'm just going to start adding it to the bottom of the casserole dish. And we're just going to spread it out real good. Just a thin layer. Okay, now we're going to take our mixture that we made with our cream of mushroom, our onion, our milk, and all our seasons, and we're going to place them on the top of it. And you could go ahead and mix all this together if you wanted to mix your chicken in with this. Oh, this sage, y'all, already smells like Thanksgiving. We're just going to Spread that evenly across your chicken. And just sort of try to mix it a little bit without mixing all your chicken in. Okay, now we're going to add our top, our dressing. Okay, now we're just going to add our stuffing mix, our dressing on the top of it. And then once we get it all out of here, we'll spread it out evenly. And then we're just going to take the little bit that's on top and sort of spread it all out. And this right here is a simple, easy chicken dressing casserole. We're going to get all that off of there. With all those herbs, we don't want to lose all that. Okay, now we're going to put it in the oven and we're going to bake it for 35 minutes on 350. Oh, it smells good, y'all. Okay, let's check it. Oh, it's looking good, and it smells just like Thanksgiving, y'all. Chicken and dressing casserole. We'll give it about 10 more minutes. You know it's fall when you have a counter full of apples to do something with. That's going to be coming up on my next recipe. We're going to be using apples. Okay, the timer just went off, so now we're going to take our chicken and dressing casserole out of the oven and see what it looks like. Okay, y'all, we're going to let it sit there just a minute. We just got it out of the oven, and we'll serve us up some. But y'all, it smells so good. And that's one way to use the box stuffing mix that turns out just like fall. Using the stuffing mix this way with your 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of chicken makes it go a whole lot further. And you'll probably be able to get 2 dinners out of it for your family, depending on how big your family is. But it makes it go a lot further, that little bit of chicken. Okay, now that it's cooled just a little bit, I'm going to serve up a plate of it and show y'all what it looks like. And I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to like cut me a square just like you would a dressing. And let's see if it'll cut like that. Okay, that's about a serving right there. And there's my other little piece of chicken that I lost. I'm gonna get it. Okay, y'all, with my chicken And dressing casserole, I'm going to serve it with some creamed potatoes with just a little chives on top. But y'all look at that, how pretty it turned out. I'll turn it around here so you can see. You got your chicken, your stuffing, your onions, and all your good cream of chicken mixed in there real good. So if you're wanting to start thinking about Thanksgiving, but it's a little bit too early, always go with a box stuffing mix and make you a chicken and dressing casserole. And Travis and myself just want to say thanks for watching our videos. We have some regulars that watch almost every one of them. And we just want to say a big thank you to all y'all good viewers that keep watching our videos. Happy early Thanksgiving!